what do you prefer? A woman who is trainable, or a woman who is already red-pilled, understands that mold, or is there no difference? You're happy with both? Like, can you be bothered to train a woman?
I think that's an important component. A girl's got to be, here's the thing. I'll take a dumb girl all day if she's inquisitive, impressionable, and trainable, because I can make her smarter, right? My leader, I have the confidence, I have the competence to make her a better woman. And I think most girls that end up being like the best girlfriends, their boyfriend has to train them to a degree. Mm-hmm. Hey, this is what I need you to do for me. Because the man is a leader. A component of leadership is being able to instruct people and lead them to success, and to get your girl to be the best girlfriend that she could be. You have to lead her. But the problem is that a lot of guys don't have leadership skills. They ask their girl, what do you want to do?
Oh,
they
my
let
God,
her lead.
that's so much.
All this stupidity. Like, I always say it, like, people, oh, you're sexist, you're misogynistic. But I'm realistic. Most don't even know what the fuck they want to eat for lunch. How the hell do you expect her to guide you in life? Like, no, like, not born leaders. There's a reason why, since the beginning of time, men have led societies, and patriarchy stand the test of time, and matriarchies die off, because aren't born leaders. They're too emotional. They're not deductive problem solvers. They don't use rationale. They use feelings, and that's a problem. When you use feelings, that's a bad thing. If you look at men that use feelings, what are they? School shooters, criminals, murderers, etc. Because they're going off of emotion. They're not able to control themselves. When men aren't able to control their emotions, really bad things happen, because men are capable of violence and savagery. But when women aren't able to control their emotions, it's like, it's kind of natural for them. So that's why men need to be in leadership roles, because aren't natural leaders. Are there women that can lead? Right. There's always exceptions to the rules. There's always going to be fantastic women that could be lead and be boss and all this other stuff. But on the balance of probabilities, most.
Mm-hmm. I ask because so when I was about 19, 20,
yeah,
I wouldn't say I was like a feminist, but I was definitely
you were one of those?
No, it wasn't crazy feminist,
okay.
but I was definitely I thought that I was proud, to make my own money, and I like intellectual things, like I like politics and crypto and whatever, and so I'm like, yeah, that'll be fun to work in that area, and I can do it, and I can but as time's gone on, I'm lucky I have an older brother. I would say he's definitely like knocked a lot of ideas out of me, I guess, like maybe see things in a
male leadership way. Baby.
Yeah, so now I would say, like I have like this trained mindset, so I feel like my brother's like prepared me for the right man. But I'm curious, is there something which men prefer? A woman who he doesn't need to train, like of course she needs to be trained to his liking, right?
Of course.
And how he likes everything to go, how he likes the food. My future husband isn't gonna like his chicken season the way my brother likes his chicken season. It's all different. But I'm saying, is that more valued over a woman who doesn't know anything, and then you've got to like take all this time to just like train her and teach her and debate with her? And
so you're like in a fantastic position, and I've always said this too. Like women
That's
say,
very positive.
Yeah. I mean, I really do love the relationship that you have with your brother, and that's great. I wish more women had it, because if more women had it, they would be better girlfriends and/or wives in the future. And the thing is that I've said this before, and I'll say it again: the best person to advise a woman is her brother, her father, her uncle. 100%. Men that don't have a sexual interest in her. Why? Because they're going to give her the real deal. Hey, this is what you need to do. This is how you be attractive, etc. And they can give you truly objective advice that's going to make you the best counterpart for a man of value, right? Because they don't have a sexual interest in you, so they're going to keep it 1,000, right? So that's one thing. I think that's something that I wish stood more. But we have fatherless households, broken families. It's something that's rare, which is why I really admire this relationship that you have with your brother. But I would say, if they don't have that, I would say trainable is good. And the reason why I tell guys is you need to be able to train your girls, because unfortunately a lot of women don't have, a strong brother, a father, etc. So you have to come in and you have to be that leader and teach her how to be a good girlfriend a lot of the times. So it used to be, right, like 50, 60 years ago, when chivalry was a thing, by the way, you can meet a girl and she came what I call pre-assembled. She came from a 2-parent household. Her father and her mother instilled certain values in her. She understood what it was to be a lady. You didn't have to do too much work. Like an average guy could be rest assured that he'd be able to get a woman, and she'd be a dutiful wife, and she'd be a good wife, and she'd raise his children, and they'd be able to, get the white picket fence and, the family, nuclear family, dog, 2 kids, all that. But those days are done, man. Women aren't necessarily women anymore. Like women are more masculinized now, and you have to almost train that out of them to a degree. Right now, I don't have a problem with women that want to enter the workforce and make money, etc. My issue is that when they prioritize that over family and children. Because at the end of the day, the nuclear family is the backbone of any thriving society. But it's going down the hill, and I know people might say, well, Myron, you're contradicting because you teach girls how to get laid, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And here's my argument to that. I wish it was the 1950s. I wish nuclear families were a thing. I wish two-parent households were a thing. But my thing is I don't make excuses and cry. I give solutions. You have to adapt to the ever-changing marketplace. So one of my controversial takes is I tell guys, for you to be a good counterpart in today's day and age, you need to be making 6 figures per year, have 6 months to 1 year savings, be in shape, be 35 years old before you think of marriage, right? Because at that point you have some wisdom in you, and had sex with 50 girls, and everyone looks at me, whoa!
50.
50. And everyone's, whoa, that's crazy. 50 isn't really that much in today's day and age. I know girls that do that in a semester in college. If you meet, I know you don't, but like I'm telling you, a lot of girls get around. Like if you meet a girl that went to a good university and she was in a sorority or she was involved in sports or something, bro, she's gonna by the time she's out of there, she's gonna have at least 20 bodies, at least. And here's the thing, I always tell guys this. The reason why you need to have these things in place as a man, so your brother agrees with me.
Yeah, I know he agrees with everything. Yeah. He's that like,
let me tell you why.
It.
So this is the analogy, right? Let's go into a dream world real quick. Like, woo, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah. So imagine that you got to get into a ring, right? But you've never trained in martial arts. You've never trained in any, mixed martial arts combat. You've never fought in your life. You're a fucking white belt, okay? But in 3 days, you got to get in the ring with someone that's a black belt that's been training for 20 years. What's going to happen when you get in that ring?
Getting killed.
You're going to get fucked up, right?
Yeah.
That is the dynamics between a man and a woman, and I'll explain.
That's true.
By the time a woman hits puberty, she's been hit on and talked to by the opposite gender thousands of times. So she's become very good at deflecting losers, figuring out who's a winner, figuring out this guy's confident, this guy's a weirdo, this guy is a higher status guy, this guy is, I'm just going to finesse him for whatever. Women become black belts in the game of dating and dealing with the opposite gender. Men, on the other hand, he might not work up the courage to talk to a girl until he's 22.
No.
So you have, 10 years behind a woman? So you're going to go ahead at 35 years old, no sexual experience, or worse yet, mid-20s, no sexual experience, no money, no status, no gym, no competence, no nothing, and you're going to go ahead and get in the ring with a woman by the time she's 25, she's a black belt with dealing with the opposite gender, she's going to finesse you all over the place because she knows what to tell you, she knows how to appease to your ego, your dumbass, oh my God, you're so good. Meanwhile, you were 3 pumps and you fucking, women know how to get in a guy's head. So if a guy isn't aware and hasn't been training in the gym, right, worked up to a black belt so he can at least compete, he's going to get finessed and destroyed. So that's what I always say. Like the dating dynamic between a man and a woman, a lot of the time, the woman is a black belt beating the shit out of the guy, but the guy doesn't even realize it until he walks into the divorce court, loses half his money, didn't realize this. Wow, I got famoosed because he didn't have the sexual experience. He didn't have what I call the backlog, the encyclopedia of dealing with a bunch of women to figure out which girls are good, which girls are bad, which girls are hoes, which girls are wife material, which girls are worthy of dating seriously, which girls are not. You got to be able to figure all this shit out. You got to be able to put women in boxes because women definitely put men in boxes. They meet this guy, sugar daddy, this guy, trick, this guy, okay, I can actually date him. Okay, this guy, loser, this guy, friend zone. Like women put dudes in boxes all day, but dudes, first girl that fucking says hello, wife.
Aww.
Wife, yeah, woo, fucking idiot. And then this guy might be worth 100,000, 200,000, doesn't know any better, gets finessed. Today's sponsor is Be Naked. After 30, your testosterone drops by 2% every year. Yeah, that's right. While you're out here scrolling TikTok, your masculinity is packing his bags. But you don't have to be that guy. Step up with Naked Organs. This ain't no soy boy supplement. This is straight up 100% bison organs, liver, kidney, heart. The stuff men have been using for centuries to stay sharp, strong, and keep their testosterone sky high. Forget your vegan pea protein, quinoa, or whatever weak sauce they're pushing. This is Primal Power, packed with B12, iron, and zinc. Real nutrients that your body needs to stay jacked and ready to dominate. Go to BeNaked.com, use code FRESH, and get 15% off. Keep your masculinity in check, guys. Code word FRESH. BeNaked.com, use code FRESH for 15% off.
Support them, support us.